morning, welcome to Motormouth. It's a very, very special day today. Yeah. Very auspicious occasion, in fact, because...
Careful!
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you very much indeed, because after 3 weeks of barracking by myself, other presenters, the senior men upstairs in the grey suits, Steve Johnson has deigned to replace the table that he blew up 3 weeks ago. So yes. Here we are, ready now, so we can probably have a look at it now.
No, you can't look at it yet. It's going to be unveiled.
Well, who by?
Somebody extremely famous. A celebrity.
You've booked a celebrity to unveil the table?
Well, it was hanging around. Sort of. Yes. So, no, wait, just a few more minutes.
Okay.
10, 15 minutes or so.
You've teased me, Steve. I can't wait for that auspicious occasion. What is Gabby going to be unveiling? Find out now. She's over here.
We are going to be unveiling some optical illusions. This is the Ponzo illusion. Which line is longer? Line A or line B? Kim, which do you think? A or B?
A.
Now, get your glasses on, girl. Not so good for the eyes, maybe. They're both the same length. Find out more later. Neil!
Hiya, good morning. How are you today? Today I'm going to be surrounded by wildlife jumping all over the place, and this doesn't look very wild, and it's certainly not going to be jumping over the place. That's because, well, it's quite a sad story, really. All will be revealed a little later on. And whilst we're on the subject of sad stories, it's Steve Johnson.
I hate him for that. Hey, I'm going to be seen with the rich and the famous today. People like Diana, Bruno, well, Princess Diana, isn't it? Really?
Diana who? Diana Ross?
Diana Ross, Princess Diana. All sorts of famous. Who would you like to be famous with?
Well, not you. I'll muse on that. Who will have our photograph taken with a little later on, but this is what comes up between now and 11:25. I can swallow the cocktail. At 9:35, brand new series of Scooby and Scrappy-Doo. It's called Who's Minding the Monster. At 10 o'clock...
Yes.
He's an optical illusion in himself, isn't he, really? Steve Johnson, the man who manages to be in two places at once. Many times.
Yes.
At 10:10, the results of our Kite Fly 92 competition. Find out if your logo is the one that won.
Beetlejuice, Ghost with the Mouse.
Two cartoons from him.
At 10:25.
And then again later, and...
I like him, you know.
Obviously, yes. We're showing his video later.
James Bond!
No, James are the band. And two numbers from them. We're going to play Born of Frustration and Heaven live. But now,
numbers.
Miss G. Roslin.
The camera never lies. Well, that's what they say. This time it is, so can you please tell me the right way up? Thank you very much. Yes, but your eyes do. Your eyes can deceive you sometimes. Optical illusions. And the gentleman who's going to tell us a bit more about them is Dr. David Thompson. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Gabby.
Can you explain briefly what an optical illusion is, if that's possible, briefly?
Well, the eyes are in many ways like miniature cameras, and they pick up an image of what we're looking at, and they send information about that image to a part of the brain at the back of the head. And it's the brain that does most of the hard work and actually tells you what it is you're looking at and where it is and what colour it is. And most of the time, the brain actually does a remarkably good job at making sense of the world around us. But every now and then, it gets confused. And when that happens, it's called a visual illusion.
And that's what we're going to be looking at this morning. Now, there are different groups of illusions, and the first one we're going to have a look at is an after image.
That's right. What happens here is if you stare at a particular pattern for about 15 or 20 seconds and then look at a blank screen afterwards, you can still see that image for a few seconds afterwards.
All right.
But with one important difference.
OK, well, we're going to have a try at that now. You can all try that at home. We're going to put a picture up on the screen. Look at that dot. There's a black dot in the middle. Keep staring at that black dot. Don't worry, it's not bad for your eyes. It's just an optical illusion. We want you to stare at that black dot. Don't let your eyes roam anywhere. You've got about another 8 seconds to keep staring at that. In a moment, we're going to put up a blank screen, and you will be very surprised at what you see. Here we go. Here's the blank screen. Wow!
You may need to blink a couple of times.
It's the Mona Lisa. If you keep blinking, you can still see her. That is incredible. Now, how does that happen? If we do it on the
Right. Well, if you look at the model of the eye here, if we open it up, at the back of the eye, a little image of what you're looking at is formed on this structure here, which is called the retina. And the retina is made up of millions of little cells called rods and cones, which are sensitive to light. And so in many ways, the back of the eye is like the film that you put in the back of a camera.
Oh, right, yeah.
And so when you look at a black and white picture, some of those cells get more tired than others. So when you then look back at the white screen, you see the negative of what you've actually been looking at. So the white bits look slightly darker and the dark bits look slightly lighter.
And it's all right for our eyes to do that,
yeah,
isn't
there's
it?
no harm at all can come to this.
Right, we just did it with a black and white. Now we're going to try it with colour. Have we got another picture? The colour picture. Stare again at that white dot in the middle. Don't let your eyes roam. Just keep staring at that white dot. It's fine for your eyes. We're not trying to hypnotise you. It's just an optical illusion. So have a look at that white dot in the middle. Keep staring at that white dot. Don't take your eyes away. And again, we will put up a blank screen in about 2 seconds' time. Let's have that blank screen, please. Wow. It's the Union Jack.
Wow.
It's wonderful. Everyone over here
reversed.
goes, ah! So it happens the same with colours?
It works for colours. There are 3 types of cones in the retina. Some are most sensitive to red, some are more sensitive to green, some to blue. And when you look at a coloured pattern, you actually tire out some of those coloured cones more than others, so you see the negative of the colour you've been staring at.
You just said tire out, but you promised that it's
no,
not
there's
bad
no
for our
danger
eyes.
whatsoever. No.
All right. Now the other group is After Effects, and that's the one we're going to have a look at next. What's an After Effect?
Well, so far we've talked about tiring out the cells in the retina, but as I said earlier, it's the brain that actually does most of the hard work when it comes to working out what you're looking at, and it's possible in exactly the same way to actually tire out the cells in the brain.
Right, OK, we're going to do that for you now. Again, there's nothing to stare at. There's no dot in the middle, but we want you to look at this picture. Keep staring at the spirals. Have we got the picture? Right, keep staring at the spirals, and if you keep staring at it, you'll feel that you're sort of moving backwards out of a tunnel. Just keep your eyes on the spiral. It's all a bit of fun, this. It's all optical illusions for you. We've got about 7 seconds for you to keep staring at this, and after that, we're going to put up a picture of some still circles. Well, they seemed still in the first place. Let's have a look now. Wow! Oh, it's really weird.
They appear to grow.
They come out and they keep moving.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's fantastic stuff. Right, we've also got some classic illusions, very famous ones that you can find in books. And first of all, we've got a picture of an old lady, or is she a young lady? Well, is she an old lady or is she a young lady? Well, maybe you can see the young lady. We'll make it a bit easier for you. There she is. She's got a blue choker on and red feathers in her hair and a little nose. Can we have a look at the old lady, please? There she is with the bigger nose and the very pointed chin and the very thin lips. It's incredible because you look at one and you can't find the other, and then you find the other one and the other one's gone.
They're what's called ambiguous figures. There are 2 possible interpretations. The interesting thing about them is that the brain always likes to try and make sense of what it's looking at, and so you can only see one possible interpretation at any one time. You can switch between the 2, but you can't see them both at the same time.
We've got another quick one. This is one of my favourites. It's one of the oldest. All right, there's 2 faces talking to each other, or is it a goblet? 2 faces or a goblet? Just keep staring at that. Now, these pictures and others are all in David's book, Visual Magic, that you helped put together. And we've got 10 of these to give away in a competition. And David's going to set the question for us.
Right, yes. The question that we want you to answer is, what is the coloured part of your eye called? That's the bit that's either blue or green or brown. What's the coloured part of your eye called?
Right, so if you know the answer to that, get your entries into Illusion Competition. Motormouth, PO Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. That's Illusion Competition, Motormouth, PO Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. That's if you know the name of the coloured part of your eye. David, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
My eyes need a bit of a rest, but I think we'll sit down, have a cocktail and watch a bit of Scooby-Doo.
Sounds good to me.
That sounds good to you. Right, Scooby-Doo then.
Scooby-Doo. Be careful, Max.
Oh!
There's a lot of delicate electronic components in there.
There are a lot of delicate components in here.
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
Ah, what are you doing? What are you doing putting a phone up on the wall there? If it rings, everyone in the studio will be put off their tread.
This isn't just a phone. This is an advanced electronic nerve center for the studio and the backstage.
Well, you're getting on my nerve center.
Well, if you have any problems, talk to Juliet, because she approved it.
Right.
Oh, Billy, be careful, though. Sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. It's just...
That Max is getting on your nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah, OK, Paul. Well, I'm not Max. And just remember, I'm shifting your stuff in and out the studio while you're fixing this silly thing to the wall.
This isn't a thing. It's instant communications. It's revolutionary. It's... for you.
Hello?
3 blind mice, 3 blind mice, see how they... Oh, come on, Luther, why won't you eat or drink anything? What's wrong with you?
He's getting right up my nose, I can tell you.
Well, he can't help it, Max, he's sick.
Yeah, he's sick in the head. He's got no right to speak to me like that.
He spoke to you? What did he say?
Well, he said he was installing a phone.
He's been in here the whole time.
Are you mad? Not the cat, I'm talking about Paul.
Well, I can't think about that now, Max. I'm ministering to Luther, he's ill.
Look, could you please concentrate your mind for 1 minute?
Oh, yes.
Paul said that you gave him permission to put a phone up outside the studio doors.
In the case of an emergency, I need to be near a phone to phone the vet.
Do you mean to say that he's gone to all this trouble just for the cat?
Not just, Max. For the cat.
Guess what? Guess what? My bestest cousin, our Melanie, is on her way into the studio.
I really don't think it's the best place for a phone. I mean, supposing it rings, everyone would be...
Hooray! Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, pray be upstanding.
Get on with it, Steve.
All right. It's the moment you've all been waiting for, the grand unveiling of the brand new presenter's table. But, before I ask myself...
You?
Yeah, me, to do the honours, I would just like to say these few words. I've been a celebrity now for almost a year, and ordinary people up the street love coming up to me and saying, do you know when the next bus is due?
Get on with it, Steve. Just get on with it.
Right. No more amusing showbiz stories, then?
Just get on with it.
Right.
Hang on. Let's move Michael.
Mr. Lightingman, if you would dip the beams, please. Mr. Salmon, a roll on the drums, if you please.
Just get on with it, Steve.
Yes! Ah! Wow!
Wow.
What do you reckon?
Well, I don't know what to say, Steve, actually.
How about well done, Stevie baby?
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly say...
Go on!
All right, then. Woo. Well done, Steve. But what's the catch? What's the catch?
There isn't a catch. There isn't a catch. It's not going to cost you anything, either.
Right.
No, let's just sit down and get on with this show,
Fine.
shall we?
Michael, look...
No. You can't put that on my brand new table.
Why not?
It will leave a nasty brown wet ring all over it.
Well, what am I supposed to do with it, then?
Go and put it in the food processor.
Don't be horrible. You persecute my fish.
No, just
I'll
stick
put
it
him
over there.
He'll be over here among
I'll
friends.
put my tins of brains on the table.
Yeah, this is a star, so look after him.
Here we
Michael the
go.
Fish, nationally known megastar. Move your legs, Steve.
Sorry, I'm just trying to be careful.
Right, letters. Can I put this on the table?
No,
it's all right
no,
with you,
no.
is it? You know.
Careful!
They are. Those are yours. We'll start with the requests for tins of brains. Come from Catherine Hellam, Bolton in Lancashire. Hello, Catherine. She says, "Dear Andy, I'm writing to tell you you aren't the only person in the world who talks to goldfish, because my dad does." Nearly
there's two of you then?
Yes, nearly every day he's in the garden talking to the fish pond. I think he's stark raving mad. Please send him some brains to solve his problems. With pleasure. On the way to you.
How about this letter here? It's from Gavin Nash. Nash?
I don't know.
You'll know who he is because he's from Southampton. Please will send me a tin of brains. I paid for them. He certainly did. He sent me some money. And he's got a bit of a sad story, you see, because he says his TV blew up last week whilst watching the programme. I didn't know TVs did watch the programme, but his did. And set fire to this letter. So I can't see why we're bothering to send him a tin of brains because he's probably not watching the show this week.
Oh, well, somebody who is watching is Pippa Dudley, and she's in Birmingham. Hiya. She says, "Dear Steve, I have sent you £200,000 because that's what I think you are worth, and more. I have also sent you a life insurance policy because if I don't get some brains, you are going to need it."
How cute.
Thinly veiled threat there, isn't it? That's thinly veiled threat, isn't it?
Hey, get your elbows off this table now. And if you washed your hands...
Yes.
Look, they're disgusting. Get those things off.
Can I do the embarrassing photos?
Yes, if you have to.
Mrs. Mop. Lucy Haycock has sent us this photograph of her dad. They're in Rugby in Warwickshire. My dad has lost his hair and his brains. Don't spray that with that stuff. He's in need of them. Please send us a tin of brains. Well, we'll send you some stuff and it's an embarrassing photo as well, and also put my teeth in. Thank you.
And this one here is from Kylie Teague. She says, "This is my brother Luke. Now, my mother put some turtle transfers on him, and they wouldn't come off for a week. The poor lad, I expect the social services will be round in the morning."
Cowabunga, indeed. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Matthew Valentine from Wrexham being Superman. Nice photograph, that. Thank you very much indeed for sending it in. Lovely.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
We'll give you the address to write to a little later on if you'd like to send us any embarrassing photos. Oh, thanks, mate. Brilliant, mate. Cheers.
Max, come here!
Steve, where are you going? Steve?
That's mixed his cocktails.
Well, we'll gloss smoothly over that and move on to the viewer's animation. Now, you may have seen the first one before. We have shown the first one a couple of times, but this is the second version. There he is, Snap, Mark Carruthers. Now, this is the one he sent us originally, which is the one with the photo shoot. There we go. Click, 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 and then everybody passes out. Well, now, son of Snap, Matthew's characters reappear in a new film called Boats.
I'm frightened, Andy.
Yeah. Oh, crush, smash, crush, and the boat sinks. Oh, but Piggy survives. Oh, brilliant. Excellent. Thank you there for that. All right, that's clean enough for you, is it?
No, it isn't.
Can I do the address now, Steve?
Yes.
Fine. If you would like to send us
clean
an
one,
animation
please.
or anything else at all, do feel free. This is the address. It's Motormouth, P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. Motormouth, P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Did you scratch this table? Look at that!
No, Mum. I mean, Steve. Wasn't me.
Will never come out.
Wasn't...
I find who did this, I'm gonna kill him. Oi, you look guilty. Come here. Got your body here. Did you scratch this table?
No, Max did.
Max did? Yeah, it was Max. That's right, it was Max. It was Max.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna get him.
Right.
Come here, Max.
Well, I think at this point we'll take a break. Find out very shortly whether Steve has composed himself in enough time for
Elbows off!
Oh, sorry, Steve.
Yes! Max, get off the phone. I'm trying to test it.
Paul, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, Luther. Look, this is nice. Nice yellow one, blue one, green... Max! Oh, Max, can I just have a word with you, please? Now, you see, my cousin, our Melanie, she's been stopping down at my Auntie Beryl's since last week because of our Gainer's wedding. She's come down from her... She's just stopping down here, and she's just wondering if she could come into the studio and just have 10 minutes, quick look round, you know, just to see where I work. And, I was just wondering if you could be nice to her, thanks.
And is she as boring as you, or not?
Now, you see, Max, if you're going to be like that, then she's going to get herself in the right state because she...
Hush. How do you expect Luther to recuperate in a noisy environment like this? Sorry.
Paul!
Max, donuts. Studio now, please. Baby, Mommy's back now.
So what's wrong with the cat?
He's had an emotional trauma, Paul. You see, I went away for the weekend and I left a neighbour to feed him, and well, since I've been back, he hasn't eaten, he hasn't drunk, he just sat in the corner and he hasn't said anything.
Yeah, you see, Juliet, this happened to our Sally.
Really?
My mum took her to the kennels, left her there for a week. When she came back, she wouldn't eat, she wouldn't speak to
Well,
us.
she's punishing you, see, Millie. Luther's punishing
that's
me.
right.
Look,
You're right,
this
Juliet.
is a cat. It's not a person. Its only emotions are concerned with hunting and reproduction. It's probably just got fleas or something.
As I suspected. A computer, not a heart.
Well, you've got me top on.
Didn't think you'd mind.
No, it's all right,
Oh,
Mum.
here you booties. Auntie Beryl said she's not going to make him anymore if you keep forgetting him.
Oh, thanks. Thanks,
Are you
Melanie.
sure it's all right if I have a look around?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I've checked it with everybody. You know, it's fine. They're all expecting you. You know, Stevie, Gabs, Craney, Bukey.
This is a test. 1 or 2 or 3. Hang on a second, Millie. Testing. Oh. Hi, you must be Melanie.
Yeah.
I'm Paul Miller.
It's Paul.
I work here. Oh, Millie probably said.
Yeah, this is Paul who works with me.
Yeah, I just sort of deal with the technical stuff. Oh, I don't know if you're interested in technical stuff, but if you are, well, I sort of deal with it, so I'm your man.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
Get this table shine up. Come on, get moving. Come on, get working. You be careful where you put those donuts.
He's done a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
Nice. And so let me just try for Oh, very comfortable.
Get your feet off that table. I have spent all morning trying to clean this up, and you just stick your feet on it.
All morning?
Yes, trying to
All
make the
morning?
place slightly better for us all.
All morning, eh?
Yes.
Well, actually, I'm looking for somewhere to put me egg. Can I put it on there?
No. It's a joke, isn't it? You're gonna stitch me up, aren't you?
Huh? No joke. I just want to put me egg on the table.
Is it clean?
Is what clean?
The egg?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, let's have a look. No, of course it's a look. There's a speck of muck on it.
Is it clean now?
Yes.
All right, I'll put it on the table there then.
Okay, no. Let me put it down, please. Please let me. But it's my new table. Let me.
Go
Go on. Place it down.
There you go. No joke. No joke.
There you go.
Steve. What?
Are flies clean?
Flies? They are disgusting, filthy, foul things. They spit on your food. Haven't you watched the films?
I thought so, because there's one on the egg there, look.
No, I know there's no flies on that egg.
Oh, the spider must have eaten it then.
Spider! Oh! Mousetrap! Sorry. Yes, and hello to you as well. Let's meet the people who are playing this game this morning. Your name is?
Emma Sherwood. I'm 11 years old and my hobbies are swimming, netball and basketball.
Tell me about yourself then.
My name's Scott Pook. I'm age 11. I like swimming, cycling and running cross country.
So you're both quite fit then, are you?
Yeah.
You have to be fit to play mousetrap, you know. Right, let's see who's going to be helping them in the middle today. They are Rachel Bowen and Gary Dewhurst. You know the rules now, you know the rules of the game, you know what you've got to do. We've had enough mousetraps now, haven't we? Right, let's see what you're playing for, because today's 4-star prize is a colour TV! Do you think you're going to win now?
Yeah.
You feeling confident? Yeah. All right, then. Are we ready? Yeah! Right, let's have the count, shall we? 3, 2, 1, go! Cross it. Go on, where you go? Cross it. Come on. I'll take your time on this pole. Take your time. Come on. On you come on to here. Woo. Go on, Scott. Right, now, this is a memory square. Underneath this tray, I've got 10 objects. You've got 10 seconds to remember them in. Concentrate. Here we go. We've got a cuddly toy, a light bulb, an orange, a card. What's this, a feather, sunglasses, ball, rosette and cone. All right, here's your time's up. Now, right. That's right, touch line, touch line. Right, what are you going to do, Scott? You're going to go both of them in here, turn the thing up. All right, get the ball next there. Come on, come on, come on, Emma. Go for it, Scott, go for it. Susan touches you. Come on, go, go, go. Come on. Yes, I'm back again. I'm back again. Into here, right, there's some fruit in here. I want you to find the fruit. 3 bits of fruit I need. 3 bits of fruit. I love this stuff. It's like prawn crackers. Come on. There are 3 bits of fruit in there. Work together on this one. Why didn't you work together? Start at one end and work your way down. There's a piece there. Have you got a piece? Come on. Come on. There's one. There's one. Come on. I want 3 pieces now. There are some in there. I'm trying to do the best I can. Look, I'm trying to empty it for you. Come on. Yes, that's 2. One more, we're there. Come on. Oh, I got that one. Come on. One more. One more. Come on, get it out of the way. Get it out of that. Come on. It's in there. It's in there. One more piece. One more piece. It's stretching the stuff in case it's come out. Come on. Yes, that's 3. Onto here, onto here. Right. Now don't start this till we read out the question. Right. You've got to match the snails with their twins. Look at the shells to help. All right. Match the snails with their twins. That's very simple. Come on. Start moving them around a bit. What have we got? That's not quite right, is it? So you can talk about a bow tie. Let's have a look. Is that right? Yes, we're right there. Right, just a couple more to go. Let's have a look. Put them down so I can see them. Yes, that's wrong there. Slightly wrong. Right, let's have a look. That is correct. Let's move on to the timeout square. Stop the clock there. Whew, that was very close, wasn't it? You did very well down there. Let's have a look, see what you've won. You've won this brilliant Twister and Hero Quest game. Now, you've got about 4.5 minutes left to do the game in. So you're doing extremely well. Just concentrate and we will get there. Are you ready? Let's go. I want 8 balls. 8 balls in there. Try and throw them in. Don't go too hard. Try and concentrate a bit on this. You're throwing them over. Come on, all we got to do is get them in there. We've got 2. Come on. All right. We're there. We've got 3. 3. Come on. Concentrate a bit. How many have we got? I think we can do that. 4, 5. to the memory square, what I want you to do is to remember 4 of the things that you remember off that tray.
Feather, sunglasses,
Yeah.
card, and car.
It's correct. Let's move across here. Get across the room. I hope you're over. Come on, Scott. Get a big fit for this one. Right, onto here. OK, right, let's read this out, see what we've got to do here. Pass the ringer from here to here without touching the wire. If you do, the buzzer will sound and you must start again. And when you get to this mark here, swap over to the other person. So you can start. Oh, so you start, Scott. Go on. Oh, that's all right. We didn't start, really. Here we go. Take your time. Concentrate. Will you take it? All right. And take over. Go on. Have you got it? Don't worry, because we turn the crossover. Now take your time here. Don't rush. You can do it. Think. Think careful. Ooh, you were lucky there. Onto a timeout square. They're lucky it's my game, because I can let you get away with little things like that, you know, because it was right near the end, so we'll accept that. Let's have a look, see what you've won in this corner. This brilliant camera outfit. Now, you've got about 3 minutes left, so you're doing extremely well. All right, I think you can do it. But to start off with, you've got to get down this side, so let's go! Through you go. Careful, you go through here. Here we go, here we go. Right, oh, I've got a little bit of a shot. Here we go. Emma, you're going to be doing some miming for me now, all right? You've got to mimer? You've got to mime sports where you hit things. You're having a good look now. Now, what do you think this is? Do you ever go at that?
Cricket.
Cricket is correct. How about this one? Think about it. Think about it. Swing, swing. Good. How they do?
Golf.
Not quite in America they play this game.
Baseball.
Baseball is correct. How about that? Come on. It's the transfer. Right, this way. Jump across. Turn off the valve, all right? You're doing very well. The colour Kelly still could be yours. You ready? Come on, go! Go, 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 go! Come on! Yes! I'm back again, eh? You're doing the right one, aren't you? Right, over to here. OK. That. Remember, they won a gold in it in the Olympics. Oh. Come on, it's like...
Hockey.
It is hockey. What's that one?
Volleyball.
No. Go on, Wimbledon.
Tennis.
Tennis is correct. This one here. Play big areas. Hit a little ball. Come on, think, Scott. Come on, Ian Woosnam. Come on. Go, come on, you hit a little white ball into a hole.
Oh, golf.
Golf is great, let's move on. Right, now, what you've got to do is you've got to knock the balls off, knock the screens off. Go on, with the balls, go on. Here we go, we've got 2. We've got 3, onto here. Right, onto your marks, this way round. Right, this is a true or false square, all right? I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to tell me if it's true or false. Talk to each other first, and I want one of you to give me the answer, all right? Are you ready? Karate means empty hand in Japanese. True or false? Think about it,
False.
It is true, unfortunately. Table tennis has the lightest ball of all ball games. True or false?
True.
True is correct. On to time square. Stop the clock. We are doing... You're kicking the balloons about. We're doing extremely well here. Let's have a look. You've got to decide, see what you've won. You won this brilliant Joe Bloggs gear. Woo. Now you're doing extremely well. I've got some bad news for you. You've got a minute left to do this side-in, so you're going to really have to rush it, all right? But I think you can do it, because you're very good. Are you ready? Let's go, on to here. Right, first puzzle. OK, let's have a quick look at this. Please place the meal on the European country that it comes from, OK? So where does fish and chips come from, do you reckon? Yes, Britain. What have we got there? Snails? Where do you think snails are from?
France.
France, that's fine, France. Fine, France. You know where France is? It's there. Paella, you're right. Let's have a look. Spaghetti. Spaghetti comes from Italy. And sausages come from Germany. Let's move on across here. Come on. Cross. Onto here. Right, remember something off the memory board. Tell me one thing you remember off the memory board.
A bunny.
A bunny is correct. Let's move on. I want 3 hoops over here. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you've got like 30 seconds left. Come on, think. 1, 2. Come on, you can do it. 3, onto here. Stop the clock. Oh, come up here again. That was close. I didn't think we were going to get it done in time, but you did. That means you've won this brilliant Sega Master System. But we know which bit it is now. It's time to enter the trap. Come this way. Right. What happens here is you've got to answer 4 questions. And the time it takes for the trap to fire, the ball to travel round, and the cage to fall, all right? Just 4 questions. Are you ready? Fire the trap! Who drives a red van in Greendale? Is correct. What is Michael Jackson's middle name? If you don't know, say pass.
Pass.
Joseph. Which farm animals chew the cud? Cows is correct, that's 2 you've got. What waves can transmit television pictures and cook food? What waves transmit television pictures?
Microwave.
It is correct. 1 more to get. When do we play trick or treat?
Halloween.
Halloween is right. Stop the trap. That was close, that was close. You can see it slipping away, but you did get it. That means you won this 4-star prize, which is the colour TV. Now, have you had a good time?
Yes.
Well, we hope you've had a good time too. We'll see you again next week with another brilliant game of... Thank you. Goodbye. Come on, come have a look.
Kitefly 92 is the event we were talking about on Motormouth a couple of weeks ago with Simon Barnes and his dog Dylan. They're back again. Welcome to Motormouth again.
Thanks, Neil.
Now, we had a competition a couple of weeks ago to design the logo for Kitefly 92. Simon, we've had some brilliant entries, haven't we?
Fantastic.
Now, we've got the
really
runners
good.
up here. Just take you through the runners up there. This is Jennifer Hobbs. Nice, brightly coloured kite there with Dylan the dog in the middle there.
Picture of Dylan there, that's nice.
Great. It's a Motormouth goodie pack for all the runners up. This one here is from Wendell Smith. Dancing on Air, again, another great idea. This rather large, colourful effort is from Natalie Essesol, again, another brilliant entry. And it was very, very difficult indeed. All the runners-up will be getting Motormouth goodie pack. Very difficult to pick out a winner, but in the end, we went for Vicky Martin from Hertfordshire. That's Vicky's effort. And Vicky put on the back, I've never won anything except a bag of Maltesers. Well, now you've won the Kitefly 92 competition. Simon, why did we actually pick this one out?
Well, really, it's quite simple. It depicts everything that we're trying to say about Kitefly 92. It's an event which we're going to raise a load of money, which will hopefully get people out of wheelchairs. And, of course, Vicky's captured that by the kite literally pulling the girl out. And it's got a lovely kind of warm feeling about it with the nice sunshine there and a nice bit of green grass. So
that is a brilliant sentiment, isn't it? The Kitefly lifting the person out of the wheelchair there.
It's exactly what we hope to do.
Also, that's going to look good on the kites because it's well colourful on the kites, the posters, the T-shirts.
All the promotional stuff that we're going to get together will have that on it. So
Brilliant.
Vicky's done really well there.
Well done indeed, Vicky. Now, just remind us again, Simon, what's going to happen at Kitefly 92?
Well, really, we're going to be just flying kites all over the country. We've got 5 major sites booked as now. We're working on small regional sites as well. Basically, it's a question of getting a hold of your British Gas showroom to see where they might be.
Yeah.
People come along, fly their kites, get sponsored, and raise lots of money for spinal research, which will get people out of their chairs.
And where do we get details?
Right, well, it's quite simple. As soon as Motormouth's finished, people, all they have to do is go along to the British Gas showroom, local British Gas showroom, and pick up one of these. This is your British Gas entry form.
Yeah.
And just pick up one of those out of the showroom and send it off to the address. And you get a sponsor pack.
All details in there?
All the details are in there, yeah.
Now, what about the school pack? We've got a school pack together, haven't we?
Yeah, well, because there's a lot of kind of educational value in the whole concept of Kitefly, we thought we'd better put together a pack for schools, clubs, even kind of companies can join in as well. But we've got this school pack together, which basically tells people about the kind of science behind flying and shows you how to make a kite as well.
If you want a school pack, write to this address. It's the usual Motormouth address, which is Motormouth, P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. Simon, thanks very much indeed. You'll be joining us a couple of weeks' time when it gets nearer to Kitefly 92. Thanks, Simon.
Cheers.
And you see, this is the hive centre of where most of the activity of the day takes place.
You mean it's the props room?
Yeah, Mel, it's a props room. You're really picking up well on TV jargon. And this desk here, this is where I co-organise most of the correspondence of the week.
What, like a postman?
Yeah, well, it's not just like a postman, Mel, you know. I mean, I'm also public relations officer to the bands.
You show them to the dressing rooms?
Yeah, Mel, I show him to the dressing rooms. And maybe later on I could introduce you to James, because he's a friend of mine, you know.
Well, Millie, I don't mind if I don't get to meet the band, but I'd love to have a look at the studio and maybe have a look at one of the cameras.
Yeah, OK, Steve,
Yeah.
let's try. There's something wrong with the logic board for the photo wizard. Oh, hi, Mel. Fancy a chip? Just kidding. Anyway, I'll just go run it through some tests, I guess.
Did you say Photo Wizard?
Yeah?
The Mark V version?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it is.
I read about got it in my magazine, Techniques, today.
Oh, the June issue. Yeah, they did a big spread on it, didn't
It's
they?
mega, isn't it?
Well, I think there might be something wrong with the transponder, but I'm not sure.
I think you might have put it in the wrong place, if you
Oh,
don't
no
mind
kidding.
saying.
Oh, look, come and have a look at the manual, because,
Oh,
I think
the wire might be too long as well. That means the picture's going to break up.
Well, these are all the capacitors here, and then I thought it should go in there, but maybe
No,
not.
I think you should shorten the wire. That might do the trick if we just take that out and shorten it.
Okay. Well, let's just remove it, and I don't know if you know how to... Oh. Thanks, Mel.
The dog's ever been anywhere, but this is when I was at the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Tour Eiffel. There he is, lovely, yeah. And now this is when I went to the Taj Mahal in India.
Oh,
yeah,
Max,
you
you
see?
want to go on that photo wizard booth thing.
Thank you, Big Mouth. Sorry. I did go to those places, but I just didn't have my camera with me. You don't believe me, do you?
No.
Okay.
For a mouse under the stair, and oh, Luther, what's wrong with you? You're just not responding.
Oh, is he no better?
Thanks to Paul, Millie, he is worse.
Well, I wouldn't worry about Paul bothering your cat anymore.
Good. Why not?
Because at this present moment in time, he's in the props room trying to trap off with my cousin.
Trap off?
Yeah, it means that he fancies her, Juliet. You know, he wants to go... Hi, guys.
Hello.
Are the rest on the way?
Yeah, they're
Oh, good. Yeah, Cat's Hill. You'd like to come this way?
I hate Millie.
I hate Paul. Thanks to him, Luther's had a relapse.
Yeah, exactly. Paul. Do you know, have you seen the stacks of washing up in there? Have you seen them?
Well,
and he's not doing a sticker work and I'm running around.
Don't expect him to do any more work today, Max.
And why?
Because according to Millie, he's more interested in her cousin.
Really? What's she like?
Well, I don't know. She says she's nice.
Is she blonde, brunette?
Well, I haven't met her.
Well, she's not from Oldham, is she?
No, I think she's staying with Auntie. But, Max, that's not important. When I told Paul about Luther's traumatic experience, he just laughed in my face. I mean, how would he like it if somebody laughed at him?
Well, I think we should find out.
Now, the old photo booth is about as common as a phone box and is well known for taking these terrible kind of pictures. Look at that. That's horrible, isn't it? That's Andy Crane. I think you can see that at the moment. Now, these are going to be superseded by the modern technology which is involved in the new phone boxes, which has created the photo wizard. Now, they can still take the old sort of portrait-style photos, but can you see that? The old portrait-style photos like that of Andy there. But you can also now have your photo taken in exotic locations, like the Eiffel Tower. Do you see that there? How about the centre of London? Or the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal? I think that's what it's called. I thought it was. Or with famous celebrities like John Major, didn't realise he was a celebrity, or one of my favourites, Madonna. The best thing about these is they're very simple to use because the machine tells you what to do. The only thing it doesn't say is, come on in. So I'll just go in here. It's all carefully written up on the screen. It says press key to start. So I'll press any of these keys here.
Welcome to the Photo Wizard.
I like that. Welcome, thank you. Close the curtains. Bye-bye, gotta go.
Please close the entrance curtain.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, you can also switch it off. If you can override it when he starts talking. Choose your people.
Choose the set of famous people, famous places, or the portrait.
So you've got all the places in front of you here on the screen, and then you've got all the people at the bottom here. Now, there is one celebrity I'd like to have a photo with, and it's a little geezer on the end here. But just press that. That's me. So
now select the picture.
Select me down the bottom there. Now, what you've got to do is you've got...
Please adjust the seat.
I've got to adjust my seat. I think I'm about...
in the middle of the picture.
Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to have my photo taken with me.
Turn the seat clockwise to lower.
Now, what you've got to do is you press... I think that now says you've got to pose. Now, you've got 5 seconds to pose in. That's a big pose. That's a big pose for you.
Picture is being
and you've got 3 choices of posing. You can do it 3 times if you don't like the first one, but it does take a long time if you carry on. And what happens is now your picture is being made up on the photo. Now, how that works is that the camera takes your image, which is then sent to the image grabber, which superimposes your photo next to the one that you've chosen, which is me. It also enhances it so you can get all the colours in it. And then it is sent to the printer, which is like a colour photocopier, I suppose. And then that comes out of the slot on the side of the machine here. Now, the best thing about these is they take about 90 seconds to develop the picture because they don't use the old techniques. And seeing this is Motormouth, it's taken about 15 seconds. And the good thing about them, as soon as you take them out, they're not tacky. You can pick them up straight away. And there it is. There's the celebrity that my mother would most like to be seen with, I'm sure. She'd like to have had twins. They're absolutely brilliant. They're going to be popping up all over the country quite soon. And he's also told me I've finished now, so you could choose your picture. And the good thing about them is they've got a postcard on the side here, on the back. So if you want to send a letter to someone, you could just write on it. So I think the best person to send this to is me mum. Dear Mum.
You finished yet?
Yes, listen to the end. No matter what I say or do, persevere, as I am shy. P.S. I love cats.
And frilly shirts.
Frilly shirts?
Yes. Right.
Are you sure about that, Max?
Let's have a look. Right, let's see. Dear Paul. I don't think we've gone far enough, you know.
I was going for realism, Max.
Oh, all right then. Well, look, you set it up, and I'll go and get Paul.
Lots of love, M.
Well, you did a good job fixing that machine, Mel.
Well, Paul did it, really.
Oh, Paul did it, did he? It's a good picture of you. What's this big gap for?
Well, you can superimpose a star there or a TV personality.
Yeah, or just somebody you fancy.
What do you mean?
Well, like Paul.
I don't fancy
Melanie.
Paul. I don't.
Melanie.
Okay,
Melanie.
I fancy Paul.
Oh, hi. Hey, Melanie, it was the transponder after all, so thanks for your help.
Do you want me to fix you up with him?
No, don't fix anything, Millie. I don't want you to fix anything. I don't want Paul to know I fancy him, and I don't want him to know I fancy him. Just leave it. No lovey-dovey slushy stuff. You know what happens to me.
Yeah, we don't really want another Wayne Ramsbottom.
No.
Melanie, do it. That was... Max, this is my cousin Melanie.
Oh, yes. I hope you've got a good sense of humour.
Yeah, she's just had a picture done on the photo bit. Look, it's good.
Oh, yes, you have got a good sense of humour, haven't you?
Max!
Oh, sorry. Where's Paul?
Well, he's just on his way out the studio. Max!
Millie, I don't want to see Paul again. I'll go all giggly and stupid.
All right, well, we'll go up to the dressing rooms, Mel. Come on. Don't know why you get me so...
Oh, Melanie, listen, if you've got some time later on, maybe I could show you the battery item I'm working on.
Well, she can't at the minute because she's a bit busy. All right.
No, that's fine. Yeah, sure. Fine, of course. I mean, why should you want to do that? I mean, how...
Come on, Mummy's here. Yes. Max,
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this plot against Paul, and I don't think it's a very good idea.
I think it's a very good idea.
I do. I do. I think it would be good. You don't think it's cruel, then?
Well, of course it's cruel. You're not losing your nerve, are you?
Oh, no. Yeah, wait, yeah, possibly, yeah.
Well, don't, because he's been cruel to you. And he's been cruel to your poor cat.
Luther, nerve restored.
A real jerk, you know that? Why should she want to see your stupid battery item? I mean, why don't you just grow up and... What's this, Valentine? Why don't you rub it in? Dear Paul, I suppose you realize by now I could fall for you, but I could never go for a cold fish. I love a man who shows his feelings and isn't afraid I'll laugh. No matter what I say or do, persevere as I am shy. Love, M. P.S. I love cats and men in frilly shirts. Oh, Melanie, I knew it was electricity when our hands touched over the soldering iron. Frilly shirts. I'm going to need some help with this. Juliet?
Is there ever an occasion when you feel like, you know, you want to get something off your chest? Well, now is one of those occasions for me because Manchester United are out of the FA Cup. This is no bad thing. I wouldn't mind if they were out of the FA Cup because of a football match. But no, Manchester United are out of the FA Cup because the FA have introduced this stupid thing of the penalty shootout. I remember the days when you used to be out of the FA Cup because you played a football game. It makes you think, I mean, why have the match? Why not just have the penalty shoot? Why have the penalty shootout at all? Why not get the two teams to line up at Old Trafford, give the referee a 10p piece and go, there you are, lads, that's the match over. Manchester United are now in the 5th round of the FA Cup. If you have an opinion on that or anything else, do feel free to drop me a line. You know the Motormouth address. 2 Beetlejuice cartoons to come this morning. We've got one a little later on, but now it's the first one, and this is called Poopsie.
This is not another Wayne Ramsbottom episode.
No.
I'm absolutely fine. I'm not nervous. I'm waiting here for your friend Paul, who's going to come and show me how this invention works, because I'm interested in inventions, and he's interested in inventions. We have a mutual interest.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a first date or anything. There's going to be no lovey-dovey slushy stuff. I'm fine. I'm not nervous.
OK, Mel. I'll go and get him then.
You won't leave me alone with him, will you?
Melanie, you are 22 years old and I am not a gooseberry.
I don't know. Do you think it's frilly enough?
No, Paul, it's fine. You look great. You look just like Tom Jones.
No, look, he's absolutely right. There is something slightly wrong. It's just... Look, if I can just...
Yeah, come on, Paul. What are you going to say to her? Come on.
Well, she says she doesn't like cold fishes, so I don't know. What do you think I should say?
Well, I think that means you have to be warm and very sensitive and you have to gush.
Gush?
Gush with emotion.
Right.
So, come on, pretend I'm her.
Melanie,
Yeah, I realise it's difficult with me. Try it with Max.
Melanie, I really like the way you handle a soldering iron and,
Look, Paul, women just don't find that flattering.
No, I wouldn't find that attractive
Juliet,
at all.
Come here. Look, this is what you do. You give them a quick massage, bit of physical contact, break down all the sort of barriers like this, and then you just say a few sweet nothings like, if music be the food of love, play on.
I'd just die if someone said that to me.
Well, there's very little danger of that. Now, chivalry. They love chivalry.
Yes,
So-
yes, knights in shining armour.
That's
exactly.
right.
You know, with the sword and the horse and little shields.
Yeah,
and...
I think he knows the definition of chivalry. Anyway, it's all about dramatic gestures, see? So
Yeah.
you open yourself up like this,
Yeah.
so that you show you've got nothing to hide, and then you're ready to go back on one knee like
And then you're in the perfect position for the serenade. I mean, I would just love somebody to sing to me.
Yeah, what could he sing? What could he sing?
she says she loves cats.
Cats. I know. You could sing, "What's new, pussycat? Woo, woo, woo." Couldn't you?
I guess.
Paul, our Melanie's waiting in the lounge for you.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Well, thanks for the advice, guys. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Why does Paul look like an Italian waiter?
Oh, hi,
Paul,
Melanie.
it's really
So I
good of you
was
to show
wondering
me
if
this
we could-
invention.
So,
I'm really
why don't
pleased
we
that you
just
could show me
sit down
this.
and have a- Sit down.
It's really good of you to show me this invention and how it works, 'cause I'm very... frilly shirt.
Huh, it's just something I threw on.
Funny thing is, I've come up with a similar invention
Oh,
at
really?
home, and
Oh, your hand's shaking. It wasn't shaking when I gave you that soldering iron. You know, Melanie, I think batteries are like the human heart. And mine's fully charged.
my invention works on 4 batteries. This invention works on 2 batteries.
Oh, Melanie. We're alone now. Why pretend? You're shy, but I'm gonna persevere, and I've just got one thing to say to you. What's new, pussycat? Whoa.
I'm very pleased to say that James are here live in the Motormouth studio this morning. In a moment, they're about to perform their brand new single, which is the second track taken from their new album, 7, which is released a week on Monday. Now, there's also some news about to be released from the James office on Tuesday. We're not quite sure what it is, but leave it to me. I think it's probably some good news about gigs during the summer. Watch this space, we'll try and let you know. But James is going to be doing another track for us later on, that's Heavens. But first up is James and their brand new single, Born of Frustration. brand new single, Born of Frustration. As I said, the album 7 comes out Monday week. More from James later with Heavens. And coming up after the break is Neil and a menagerie of animals, including foxes and doves. See you after the break.
A dream comes true for the dinosaurs tomorrow afternoon at 10 to 3.
Welcome back to Motormouth. If you ever get involved in television and you really want to annoy the sound department, do this. This old piece of machinery is called an induction coil, and basically what it does is take the 12 volts in the little battery at the side down here and turn them into about 20,000 volts, leaping between the two terminals there. The thing is that it interferes with our radio mic so much that if I switch it on, you shouldn't be able to hear a word I'm saying. It should be causing lots of interference. Why am I telling you all this? Because last year, Duracell and the Young Telegraph had a competition where they wanted you to invent something that ran off a battery, and they're doing it again this year, but details of the competition in a second. Thought I'd show you first, though, basically, how a battery works. This is Matthew, and Matthew, in the next about 45 seconds, is going to make a battery, aren't you, mate? Yeah. All he's going to do is take these zinc plates, copper plates, and filter papers soaked in saline solution, OK, which is the dead push scientific way of saying salt water. Stack them up into the order copper, zinc, filter paper, copper, zinc, filter paper, and when you get enough there, you should build up enough charge to light this little bulb down here. Now, it's going to take you a while, so while you're doing that, I'll go and tell people about the details of the competition, but give us a shout when you've finished, Matthew, OK. Now, the idea is that you make anything that runs on a battery. It's a very simple competition. You can make anything you like. The only rules are that you have to be 14 or under. What do you think this might be? This is one of last year's winners. It was by a guy called Matthew Spicer. Now, could it be something that's, well, I don't know, medieval instrument of torture? Takes the earwax out? Something to remove Steve Johnson's brain? Well, here's the design that Matthew did for the competition last year. That giving you any clues? No, no, no? Well, in fact, what it is something that Italian restaurants the world over have been waiting for. It's an electric spaghetti fork. Look at that. There you go, see? Trouble is, I've broken it now, and I'm not sure whether the switch works, so I probably can't turn it off. There we go. So design anything you like, and as long as it works on a battery, that's fine. We'll pass your entries on to Duracell and the Young Telegraph, and the prizes they're offering are brilliant. First prize, I kid you not, 300 quid for yourself. Cash, Wonga, Spawn, in your back pocket, and a trip down here to Motormouth. Second prize, £200, and third prize, £100. If practical, we will make up your idea as well, just like we did with Matthews, all right? How are you doing with that there? Are you sorted?
We're finished.
We've finished. Right, if this doesn't work, this is entirely your fault. It may or may not work, but this is basically what the inside of a battery looks like. So can we dim the lights, please, lighting types? Keep your eye on that bulb, and we'll see if Matthew's battery lights the bulb. Go. Yay. Not for very long there, Matthew, but it did basically work. But obviously that's what companies like, you know, battery companies have spent a fortune doing, is to make the batteries last a little longer. Obviously, you couldn't run your CD player on a battery like that because it'd kind of go, nyip, nyip, and it'd take you about 6.5 years to listen to the whole album. Anyway, well done, congratulations, you made a battery. If you wanted to enter the competition, you probably stand a good chance of winning. So the competition details you've had, send your entries to Motormouth, P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. Young Ideas, Motormouth, P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL, and we will pass your entries on to Duracell and the Young Telegraph, and for my pains, I have been asked to be involved in the judging as well. So I look forward to seeing your entries. That's the competition over with, but while we're on the subject of batteries, they do some amazing things. Chicken. Cheaping chicken. Now, why is the chicken cheaping? Well, it's a battery-powered chicken. On the bottom there are those two round metal things are the terminals. If you connect up the terminals, you complete the circuit, and the chicken cheeps. Obviously, a battery has the power, but it has to flow through a circuit. So Matthew and I will demonstrate what happens if you break a circuit. I'll put my finger on there. We'll put that on there. Oh, hang on, it's shorting out. There we go. It shouldn't be cheaping at this point. Oh, it's shorting. It's live television. It's not supposed to cheap at this point. I will be finished before the end of the item, Vanessa, I promise you. Well, that is obviously cheaping when the circuit is obviously completing at some point where it shouldn't be. Cheap item. It doesn't happen like that on Tomorrow's World, does it? But moving smoothly along, not to be foxed by that, Andy Crane's Professor of Electricity will now remind you that 2 weeks ago we had that electromagnetin. You remember that huge thing that we had to do with recycling? Great big thing. When we switched it on, it drained more of the power of Kent than when they watched the programme on the Queen 2 weeks ago or whatever. Well, this electromagnet over here, little thing like this, can lift me by only the power of that battery. Nothing to do with the mains. I kid you not, it can. Right. Now, Gabby is my scientific advisor here on this one, so hold the battery.
OK.
Connect the battery up to the electromagnet, please.
OK, connected.
Right, now, just to show you the magnet works.
It's connected. You sure you're giving me the right battery?
Gabby.
And they say to me, why do you do this programme live? Try again. Doesn't happen to Howard Stapleford,
Right,
this, does it?
do it again.
All right. Oh, it's disconnected. How much time have we got on this item, Vanessa? Because the magnet has completely disconnected itself. So we'll try again. Right, try again. I've reconnected the magnet.
Yes.
Yes, good. I can see my career going to... Right, now, try and pull those off, because this is such a powerful magnet, you'll never... Oh. Oh, no, we shan't be daunted. I shall plough on. Can you disconnect again, please?
OK.
And instead of using the paper clips this time, I will use this metal plate with a handle attached to it. First of all, I'll clip my magnet to this hoist. This will hold me up. I kid you not, this will hold me up. I'll put the metal plate on the bottom to replace the paper clips. Reconnect.
You want me to plug this in?
Now I want you to connect up again.
Right.
So that 9-volt battery is now powering this electromagnet. Well, at least it's staying on, but will it hold me? Oh. Yes, it will. Yes. There you go. Got there in the end. So, thank you. You can disconnect that and that'll come off now. Piece of cake. There you go. So those are the power of batteries. Do play with batteries, though, if you're going to get involved in this competition. Don't muck about with the mains or lead-acid batteries, because you could do yourself some serious damage. Good luck with the competition. I look forward to seeing your entry.
Melanie, Miller, will you open this door?
I'm not coming out until it's safe.
She's a right laughing, she won't be me. Melanie!
Not until that man's been arrested.
Madman.
Paul? Paul?
I'm not coming out, Max. Not now, not ever.
What exactly happened in there? Oh, I see. Oh, that bad.
I just wish I had your experience and wisdom, Max. I mean, you've been through a broken marriage and a whole string of dead-end relationships, and I just...
Yes, Paul. I think the problem was you were probably just too brash, loud, and American for her. You see, if it had been me, I'd have just said something like, but soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Melanie is the sun.
That's beautiful, Max. Did you write it?
Yes.
Oh, Simon, thanks so much for cat-sitting. How's he been?
He's been fine, you know. I think you might be overreacting a little bit, you know.
Well, I don't know. He does look rather depressed. I mean, has Dylan ever suffered withdrawal symptoms?
Well, not really. He goes quiet now and again, you know, but
Yes.
I think that's just because, you know, like a little rest now and again.
I know, but I think he may be lonely, you know. I mean, tomcats are supposed to be roaming the streets, having a good time, and I'm afraid to let him out in case he gets squashed, lost, or stolen.
Well, you mustn't deprive him of their manhood, you know.
Excuse me, Juliet, could I have a word with you, please? It's an emergency.
It's necessary, Millie.
Yes, it is necessary.
And could we lose you as well, please? This is a personal call.
Thank you. We'll look after the cat then, won't you?
Yes. Paul?
We've all got our batteries back in. If you see your name zipping across the bottom of our screen, you were one of the 10 people, the first 10 people to phone in for the Oxfam Fact Pack. There they go. This is the Oxfam Fact Pack, and you will also be getting a Motormouth goodie pack, which contains pictures of him, her, and me. You'll also be getting one of these T-shirts, which is a Leapfrog T-shirt. It's all to do with Oxfam Leapfrog Day. Now, Oxfam Leapfrog Day is all about sponsorship and getting money for Oxfam. That will be happening on Leap Day, because it is leap year, which is on Saturday, February the 29th. If you ring this number, it is, hang on, let me just check the monitor, 0272 244 700, not 0272 244 700, like I said last week. You'll get yourself one of these sponsorship packs and details how you can help raise money for Oxfam on Leap Day.
And another way to raise money is next week, National Workout Day, money raised the Royal Variety Club of Great Britain. 50 people are going to be lucky enough to win this video. It's Grunt with Jamie Adicott. He's going to be here next week, along with Jonathan Ross, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Boy George, Take That, and numerous other stars. And the lucky 50 are going to see their names running along the bottom of this video. It's Michael Jackson. It's his brand new video, and I bet you didn't know that you 50 were going to be starring in it with him.
There we have it, a brief look at Michael Jackson's new video. Now, we've got to get rid of that collage, haven't we?
Difficult decision. Andrew Hukin, the travelling artist, joined us 2-3 weeks ago and made a day in his... a day at Motormouth, a diary of his day at Motormouth in collage form, and said he wanted to give it away to charity, and we said we would give it away and make sure it was auctioned. We asked you to write to us, tell us in 50 words or less why you felt you should have it. Really difficult decision, so all the ones that were qualified were put in a hat, and we pulled one out, and this is the charity that will benefit.
Yes, it's from Janula Lizardos, and it's the Leeds... she comes from Bridlington in Yorkshire, and she wants it to go to the Leeds Foundation of Dermatological Research, and it works to find out cures for skin diseases. Skin diseases do not stir the emotion, she says, compared to other diseases, making fundraising difficult. The prize would boost funds immensely.
Terrific. I know that research institute is based at the Leeds General Infirmary, where I've been a couple of times, so... good luck with the auction. Hope it raises loads of dosh for you.
Good luck indeed. Talking about hospitals, where do you send your cat or your dog or your budgie if it's not well?
To the RSPCA.
To the vet.
The vet.
But what happens to wildlife? Animals out in the wild, like badgers and foxes and owls, what happens to them? Where do they turn when they get sick? Well, hopefully, they turn to Graham Cornick. Now, Graham runs the Hyde-style Wildlife Hospital from the back of his own bungalow, and he's with us this morning with a couple of his patients. Notice I'm going very quiet here. Hiya, Graham. Nice to see you. Now, look, we'll talk about your patients in a minute, but let's just talk about you for the time being. How did you get started? How did the hospital come about?
Well, almost 14 years ago, we were travelling home and found a road accident deer and realised that wildlife generally didn't really get much in the way of care. Like, as I say, they couldn't take themselves along to the vets. Sure. So we started the Wildlife Hospital.
Now, were you a qualified vet at the time?
No, I was a plumbing and heating engineer, but my wife was a veterinary nurse, so...
So you knew what you were doing? Yeah. And 14 years later, as I say, here are some of your patients. Now, I recognise this up here as being the British tawny owl.
It is indeed.
Why did that come to the hospital?
Josie, as she's like a lot of young tawnies, they do tend to fall out the nest, and she fell rather hard on the head, and because of her injuries, sadly, she couldn't go back to the wild.
So, would she not go back to the wild at all?
No. She's 5 years old this year.
OK, well, also, Ben and Lucy here are holding on to animals I recognise, I think, as polecats?
That's right, polecats cross ferrets.
Polecats cross ferrets. Now, I always remember I watched a telly programme once where they attacked the presenter's fingers. I noticed they're behaving very well here. Yeah. So what happened to them?
We can always give it a go. This one, in actual fact, both of these were found in somebody's gardens. Right. They obviously lost pets, if you like. But this little lady has only been with us about a fortnight, and sadly, I think somebody dumped this one because she had a great big, what they call benign cyst. Okay. It grew right out the side, but you see the vet's very carefully operated on her.
You can just turn around there so that we can see her on the camera.
We can see
we can perhaps show everyone
exactly,
there it is. Look
and all her stitches are in, and she's now coming on very, very well.
And that's the sort of work you do at the Wildlife Hospital?
Yes.
Now, one of the guys here had a question. Was it Lucy's got a question for you?
Where in Great Britain do you find polecats?
I actually see a brilliant programme on polecats just recently, and there was a study on them in Wales, and they were thriving quite well. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that they continue to thrive. And certainly, I think if people really look after their wildlife around them, they stand a fair chance of survival. But Wales certainly have got quite a few.
OK, well, these are just a couple of your animals. We're going to come back a little later on to your speciality.
Yeah.
Which is?
Fox.
Foxes. Now, we've got, actually, perhaps the most famous fox in the country.
Just a bit. A little lady called Misty.
Who is Misty? Now, Misty came to you... When did Misty actually come to you?
She came to us 8 years ago, and she basically was a cub, like so many, found after, I'm afraid, the Hunt's terrier men had dug up the home and destroyed the family of Misty, and she was the only one left alive.
Well, whenever I think of foxes, I always think of them chasing animals like the animals we've got here, like the tawny owl, and like the dove that we've got at the back.
Well, a fox, in fact, would not chase these, and certainly wouldn't chase the tawny.
So they all coexist quite happily?
They coexist very well. I mean, the fox, yes, is a predator, a hunter.
All right, well, look, Graham, for the time being, we'll let the animals settle and we'll bring the foxes in. We'll come back in a minute. Thanks very much indeed. Thanks, guys.
Paul? Yeah? You in position?
Yeah, I'm at the bottom of the stairs, and I don't think she can see me.
Right, OK. Now, what do you want to say? Yes, goodbye! What do you want to say, Tom?
I just want to say I really like her, and I'm sorry.
OK, right, I'll just have a look at my Shakespeare, see if I understand anything. What about this? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? I all alone beweep my outcast state.
Perfect, Max.
Yeah, OK, and don't forget the English accent.
Right. Melanie? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? I all alone beweep my outcast state.
Why are you doing this to me?
I think I'm doing something to her. Give me something else, quick.
Right, well, like what? I mean, something about... Sorry, OK, yes. Now all the youth of England are on fire.
Now all the youth of England are on fire?
Get lost!
It's not working, Max. It's something else, a new tack.
Oh, she's so northern, she probably doesn't understand what I'm saying. Look, try something she'll recognise. Why not just say to her like this, right? Hey up, Chucky, I've just put kettle on. Come down and get yourself a nice cuppa.
What? Hey, Chucky, I put the kettle on. Why don't you come down and have a nice cuppa? She's not saying anything now.
I think we can take that as a good sign.
Juliet, could you just tell me what you said to Paul in the props room?
Just giving him helpful hints, Millie.
Like what?
Like how to behave if you're trying to woo a lady.
Yeah, could you be a bit more specific, please?
Right. Did poetry, chivalry, and how to make himself look like a complete idiot.
Well, what did you do that for?
Because he insulted me. But more importantly, he insulted Luther.
Oh, I see. Your cat gets a bit miffed off and my cousin is beside herself.
Well, I knew he fancied her, but she didn't fancy him, did she?
Of course she did.
Why?
Well, I don't know, Juliet. I've been trying to figure that. But that's beside the point. Thanks to your little prank, my cousin has barricaded herself in the dressing room corridor and somebody is flinging clean knotted sheets out of a window.
Maybe you should try a Welsh accent. I don't know. What about German? A nice German accent.
Melanie!
Millie, I can't take any more!
Melanie?
Just...
You, Paul, are a sad man. And you are just sad.
Billy Warlock stars as Eddie Kramer in Baywatch today at 5:25.
Come on, Paul, cheer up.
I'm sorry, I'm just depressed. I don't think I'll ever make a lover boy.
Yes, well, maybe you know now how Luther feels. Even cats get depressed, you know.
How is Luther?
Depressed?
Really?
Yeah.
So am I.
Listen, I've got something that'll really cheer you up. Something that'll put a smile on your face. Something you bet you never thought you'd put your hands on. Tickets to the electronics fair.
Thanks. Well, I won't be needing 2 of them.
Oh, come on, don't be pessimistic. Your luck might change. Now, listen, I'm sorry to pull work on you at a time like this, but the air conditioning repair person has turned up and they may need your help.
That's all I'm good for, fixing machines.
Our technical expert is here.
Hi, how's it going?
Well, there's been an internal thermal shutdown.
Oh, really? Yeah, I thought it might be the thermostat because it was peaking yesterday.
No, the electron beam's been intensified and that's transponded the voltmeter.
Right, that's why. Because I tried changing all the fuses and it didn't seem to make any difference. Here, I'll give you a hand. Yeah, hand me the screwdriver.
Quick, it's Luther!
Luther! Come out!
Melanie, I'm sorry for being such a jerk earlier.
It's all right. Millie explained everything.
Listen, I've got a couple of tickets to the world of capacitors and resistors. I don't know if you'd like to...
I'd love to go.
Oh, great. Well, we better get this reassembled. I'll just go get the soldering iron.
Luther! You're a girl!
Graham Cornick's with us this morning. Graham runs the Hyde-Style Wildlife Hospital, and he's brought perhaps the star of the show, because this fox has been on telly more times than us lot have put together. This is Misty the fox. Now, Graham, you've already told us how you came about Misty.
Yes.
There's actually a sad story. I mentioned it at the beginning of the show. I've got another fox here. This is Jill, who is also at your hospital. What's Jill's story? How did you come to acquire Jill?
About a week or so before Christmas, regretfully, this little lady was hit by a car, as sadly so many are, and she's suffering a thing called concussion. And basically, all she does do at the time is sleep until she gets hungry, and then she suddenly wakes up, eats, and then goes back to sleep again.
So she's perfectly well looked after. She's
very
perfectly
much
healthy.
so, yeah.
She's just not with us in the head a little bit.
No, but it's repairing, because she was blind, and it's actually she can see now, so she's healing up nicely.
And there she is. Isn't she a beautiful
She's
creature?
gorgeous.
Let me
she
just
really
turn
is.
to Ben here. Ben, You're very close to... Have you ever been this close to a fox before?
No.
Because sometimes you see them out in the country there. You've never seen one.
No.
What do you think of it? Has it changed your attitude towards foxes?
Yeah, they look very soft. Are foxes good for keeping as pets?
No, you certainly couldn't keep them as a pet. I mean, Misty, as lovely as she is not a pet. They tend to run around the home and knock everything over. Basically, they love the company of their own, and so Misty lives in a great big pen with others.
Now, I heard this word urban fox bandied around. What exactly does urban fox mean? Is that a scientific name?
Well, not really, no. Basically, it means that a fox that lives in towns, but a lot of people think it's different to the country fox, but they're one and the same.
Are they pests in the towns?
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, when Misty had an article done in the TV Times, we had hundreds and hundreds of people write and ring and ask us for advice how to look after their particular fox that come to the garden.
And what sort of advice would you give?
Well, we obviously encourage people to feed their urban fox and feed them a better diet than they might find in a dustbin, but not just to throw food around because you might encourage rats,
and
but
stuff,
build a fox feeding table, like a bird table, but shorter.
A smaller one?
Yeah.
Now, I always remember you giving me a tip. It was about 4 years ago we did an interview, and I've never forgotten this tip, and it's involved cans. Now, look, I'm going to let you, because you're the expert.
Well,
you do it.
You hold on to that one.
I'll hold on to this,
and
okay.
I'll get Caritas consumus.
Caritas consumus,
a
go on
dump
then.
dweller.
Here's a carrot you made earlier, right?
Yes. Basically, what happens is a lot of rubbish goes to the dumps, and tins like this with the lid left on.
Yeah.
Foxes, hedgehogs, seagulls, starlings will try and find food, and they will put their nose inside.
Right.
And when they do,
yeah, they can't get
when
the
they
nose
try
out.
to get it out, oh, poor Caritas has lost the end of his nose. But certainly, that in a fox can be lethal.
That's
It really
horrific, isn't it?
And it's easy cured, isn't it? Just take the lid right the way off.
So basically,
end of story.
Take the lid right off your cans, keep it inside, close it even if you like, be very careful, but don't leave it hanging on like that.
No, not at all.
One thing I was saying before about the animals all mixing together, I have to laugh at this chicken, the size of this chicken here. I would have thought, again, the foxes would have gone for it.
Well, in actual fact, this one, I think we have to keep him away from the foxes because he might eat the fox, I think, but he's quite some fella. But he came to us because he was very badly injured on the legs, and the people basically didn't want him back, so he stays with us. Good old Chester.
Can I just ask you, foxes and farmers, and chicken farmers especially, they don't seem to get on.
Well, they should do, because in actual fact, the fox is no problem to farmers, not if they farm properly. And certainly you hear about this fox and chicken situation. We know somebody with 5,000 free-range hens. Now, he hasn't gone around and obliterated every fox on site.
So it's a case of farming properly?
Farming properly.
And very briefly, can I just ask you what your opinions are on the hunt, the fox hunt?
It's just outmoded. It's cruel by design, and certainly in this day and age, it's time it was stopped. And we're hoping to God, on the 14th, there's a bill in Parliament, and it's the Wild Mammals Protection Bill. We just hope to God it goes through.
OK, quick question from Lucy, very quick one.
If you find an injured fox, what's the best thing to do?
Be careful, because, I mean, the creature, if it's injured, will in actual fact bite. But contact the local police, maybe, but certainly like the RSPCA, or somebody like ourselves.
It's simple. It's simple. Leave it to the professionals.
Yes.
Graham, thanks for bringing the animals in. Very good luck with the Wildlife Hospital. I think you do a fantastic job. Hope you hang around with us and enjoy the second Beetlejuice of the day.
Brilliant.
It's a well-strange cartoon, isn't it, that Beetlejuice? More of that next week. What else is on next week?
Greg and Max will be here. They'll be showing us how to make jewellery and then eat it.
And a host of stars. We got Frank Bruno, Jonathan Ross, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Boy George, Betty Boo, all outside with me in their tracksuits.
We've got Mousetrap, and could somebody please send me some Valentine cards? Because I know I'm not going to get any.
I will.
Oh, cheers, Gabby. But somebody out there.
Absolutely sad man.
I won't get any, will I?
There'll be a fantastic simulator in the studio as well, or it might be outside in the car park, depending on the size of it. But we'll leave you this week with James back in the studio again for us. You've already seen Born of Frustration. This is from the album 7, and it's called Heavens. See you next week. Bye.